Hey guys, today we're going to be trying to fix a water leak in my sprinkler system. I've been noticing a wet area in my yard. I know it's kind of hard to see from the camera, but right here is a slightly darker green area than the rest of the yard. You can really see it when you look down on top of it. Other indication is when the sprinkler is on, not actually spraying, but just when the water's turned on, this area gets very wet and mushy. Pretty sure there's a leak there. We're gonna go ahead and see if we can find it and fix it. I don't know exactly how far down the main trunk line is buried, so I'm being very cautious how far down I dig with the point of the shovel. I don't want to pierce any of the water lines or the wiring that goes with the irrigation system. In my area, we have lots of roots and rocks, so it makes it a little more challenging to dig. Once I expose the water line, it makes digging around it a bit safer. As you can see, I turned the water back on because it wasn't wet in here, but after 2 or 3 minutes, I've got water in the ditch there, so I just need to dig a little bit further down and see if I can figure it out. I hate digging up all my grass, but I gotta do what I gotta do. Turn on the water a little bit and see if it starts leaking. I would say we found it. All right, now that we found the leak, I got to dig under it and clear out as much dirt as I can to be able to get around it to try to fix it. Here I get out my gardening hand tools, one of which is actually an ice scoop. I use these to dig under the pipes. I also use my limb cutters to cut out all the roots. It appears that the coupling that connected 2 pipes together has pulled apart. That's where the leak is coming from. I did find a piece of the trunk line from a section that we had removed when I built my shop. It is just regular PVC for irrigation. It's not super high pressure. It's got pressure on it, but it's not as high pressure as you find, say, for your main water line to your house. But these are just 1.5 inch couplers, and they do fit. It's the same size outer diameter. And there's the irrigation. Outside's the same, but you can see how much thinner the irrigation pipe is compared to the PVC Schedule 40. the way I'm going to do this might be different than other ways that you may have seen. You look up 10 different videos on how to do this and you're going to find 10 different ways. Each scenario or each case is different, so you might have to do something different. I've seen some people take these couplers that have a stop right here in the middle. They'll take a Dremel or a file or sandpaper or something and take that off, and they'll make this a slip joint, which works too. I'm only going to cut here and here, so I have enough flex in this line to be able to lift this up and put it in. So that's what I'm going to try to do anyway. Got a pair of PVC cutters that are ratcheting. So once I cut this, water's going to come out and it's just going to fill up everything. That was the original seam. As you can see, it had slipped out. It used to be here. It had pulled itself apart. I gotta let this drain for a bit. I'll come back when it's done. I may have to wind up cutting this one back a little further, we'll see. But my goal is to slide this one on here, get me a piece of this. It's gonna go into here. This is gonna go here. You know what, I am going to have to cut this back some. I need a little bit more space than that. So let me cut this thing back to here. Okay. So I'll put a piece that goes in here, glue it in until it gets to here. Put a piece on there, and then I'll flex these two up together and put them in. At least that's going to be the plan. Alright. Give it just a little bit of a gap for that stop. See there. Now the thing about this pipe is it squishes when you try to cut it with these. So I always take, and once I get a bite on it, I just kind of rotate until this cuts into it. Once it cuts through that first layer, it slices through easily. There it goes. That'll be good, because that'll give me plenty of fruit for these. Regular Oatley primer and glue, regular glue, not fast setting. Make sure you do both sides. Get it all the way around and it's good. Now this glue may be bad. Let's see. Slide it in till it stops. Give it a little turn. Good. Now let's put it on that end. So primer it. Don't get it in the dirt. Same thing to those. And the other coupling. This one glue up both sides, both pieces. That way it's extra slimy. And you make sure you get a good coverage because you're not going to be able to twist this one. Alright, take this. Lift it up, and then now you're supposed to be able to flex it. Caught on the top up here. Shoot. That's what I was looking for. Alright, let's let that sit for about 15 minutes and then we'll try it. If it works, great. If not, I'm doing it again.
Okay, I've turned the water back on. I've inspected it for leaks. Everything looks good and dry. No visible leaks. I'm going to go ahead and let it sit overnight just to verify before I cover this thing back up.
Well, it's been about 24 hours. I wanted to give it time to make sure that there was no leak. Now I can go ahead and fill the dirt back in and put the grass back on and start trying to water it in. So here we go. That one wraps this one up. Water leak's fixed, grass is back in. Hopefully that takes care of it. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.